Imagine waking up one day and realizing you don't feel the same strength you used to carry without effort. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, hormonally. You notice changes that are subtle, easy to ignore at first. Maybe you feel a little slower, more tired, less motivated. Maybe morning energy isn't the same. Maybe your confidence doesn't show up the way it used to. And somewhere inside you, a quiet question appears. Is something wrong with me? Most men blame age immediately. They think their body is shutting down, their hormones are fading because they're getting older, and there's nothing they can do about it. But here's a truth that almost no one explains clearly. Your body is not shutting down hormones because you're getting old. It's shutting them down on purpose, and it's not doing it to weaken you. It's doing it to protect you. Your hormones, especially testosterone, don't just control sex drive. They control energy, motivation, strength, confidence, sleep, fat storage, blood flow, mood, and how quickly you recover from stress. Hormones are your body's fuel for building, repairing, and performing. But if your body believes the environment you're living in is unsafe, exhausting, or overloaded, it will not waste energy making hormones that require strength, growth, and reproduction. So what does it do? It slows them down intentionally. It's not random. It's not automatic aging. It's a strategic decision your body makes behind the scenes. If your body feels you're under chronic stress, not sleeping deeply, sitting too long, not recovering well, eating in a way that requires constant protection rather than growth, it won't let you run at high hormone levels. Because from its perspective, you don't need strength and performance, you need survival. So the real question isn't, why are my hormones fading? The real question is, why does my body think it needs to shut them down? This change you feel is not your body failing. It's your body warning you, trying to keep you alive, trying to protect your heart, your blood vessels, your nervous system, and your long-term health. Before any major health problem shows up, your hormones change first as an early signal, a quiet survival response. And once you understand why your body is doing this, you can stop fighting it and start working with it. Because the same system that protects you can also rebuild you if the environment you live in finally tells your body it's safe to grow again. To understand why your body shuts down hormones on purpose, you have to understand how your brain decides whether you should be in growth mode or survival mode. These two conditions cannot exist together. You're either in a state where your body feels safe enough to build hormones like testosterone, or in a state where it shuts them down to conserve energy and protect your organs. This system is controlled by a small but powerful part of your brain called the hypothalamus. It constantly monitors everything: your sleep, your stress, your diet, your environment, your blood flow, your heart workload, even your mood. If it senses that life requires more protection than performance, it sends a message to reduce testosterone and other growth hormones. Not because something is broken, but because the body believes you don't need power right now, you need protection. Think about how testosterone functions. When hormone levels are high, the body is ready to build muscle, recover quickly, break down fat, perform physically, reproduce, and take risks. That requires resources: strong blood flow, nutrients, recovery, oxygen, and deep sleep. If the brain believes you don't have enough of those resources, it lowers testosterone and shifts energy elsewhere, especially toward the heart, immune system, and stress response. In other words, your body protects your future by sacrificing your performance today. This survival response becomes stronger after the age of 40 because the body has been carrying years of habits: poor sleep patterns, heavy foods late at night, long hours of sitting, constant stress, inflammation, and a weak pelvic and core system. Your body studies your lifestyle and adapts to it. If your daily choices signal demand and stress, you get more stress hormones like cortisol. If your choices signal movement and recovery, you get more hormones like testosterone. Your body is literally responding to the instructions you give it every day. Blood flow plays a massive role in this. Testosterone doesn't just float around easily, it depends on vascular health. If your blood vessels become stiff, inflamed, or narrowed, the body interprets that as a risk to the heart. So instead of giving you hormones that encourage activity, muscle building, and confidence, it lowers testosterone to keep your heart workload lighter. Again, the intention is protection. Sleep is another major factor. Deep REM sleep is required for hormone production. If you go to bed late, keep screens on at night, eat heavy dinners, or sleep with stress, you interrupt REM cycles. When the brain can't enter deep sleep consistently, it reduces testosterone the same way it reduces fuel in a machine that isn't being maintained. The brain won't fund something it can't support. And then there's the prostate and pelvic region. As inflammation builds over years of sitting too much, not moving enough, or eating in a way that irritates the body, blood flow to the pelvic floor weakens. The body interprets low circulation as a sign of higher risk, so it lowers hormones to reduce demand on a system that is struggling. Again, protection, not punishment. So when your hormones drop after 40, it's not your body breaking down. It's your brain and nervous system looking at your lifestyle, deciding that survival is more important than performance, and adjusting hormones to match that decision. Once you understand that, it becomes clear the key to restoring hormones is not forcing the body, but changing the signals you send it, so it no longer feels the need to protect you by shutting them down. Your body doesn't shut down hormones because you reached a certain birthday. It shuts them down because of the messages you've been sending it, sometimes for decades, without realizing it. Most of the signals that tell your body to lower testosterone are hidden inside everyday habits, the ones that feel normal, comfortable, or innocent. And that's exactly why most men don't see them coming. The first major lifestyle signal is chronic sitting. When you sit for long hours at work, in a car, or at home, blood flow to your pelvis, legs, and core becomes restricted. The muscles that help stimulate hormone production and manage blood circulation stay inactive. Over time, the brain looks at this lack of movement and concludes you don't need performance hormones because you're not preparing for physical demand. So it lowers testosterone to match what it assumes your body needs. Less strength, less endurance, less reproductive action. The less you move, the more your body decides energy must be conserved, not powered up. Another hidden factor is late-night eating, especially heavy meals or sugar. After 40, insulin becomes less efficient. When you eat late, the body shifts into digestion mode instead of hormone production. It cancels deep REM sleep, which is where testosterone is made. You might sleep for 8 hours, but your brain never enters the stage where hormones restore. So your body wakes up thinking you're exhausted, overloaded, and in need of protection, not performance. Alcohol is another quiet hormone killer. Many men treat it as a reward or a way to relax, but the body experiences it as inflammation, stress, and liver overload. Even a small amount before bed blocks testosterone formation by interfering with hormone signaling and sleep quality. The brain responds by reducing testosterone production the next day, not because it's malfunctioning, but because it's trying to reduce metabolic demand while your body deals with alcohol's effects. Then there's constant, low-level stress, which men often ignore because they learn to tolerate it. Work pressure, financial worry, emotional strain, unresolved conflicts, feeling disconnected from purpose. These don't always feel dramatic, but they keep cortisol elevated. Cortisol is a direct competitor to testosterone. When cortisol stays high, your brain lowers testosterone intentionally to reduce internal competition. It's a survival decision, the same way a city might shut down non-essential services during an emergency to conserve power. Finally, there's lack of true physical effort. Not intense gym workouts, just genuine, regular movement signals. Your body expects you to climb stairs, walk distances, carry things, use your core, engage your legs, and stay upright. When you don't, the nervous system reads this as low demand. If life doesn't require physical strength, the brain won't waste resources maintaining it. Hormones, like unused muscles, slowly fade when not needed. All of these signals tell your body the same story. Don't build, just protect. The body is not attacking you, it's adjusting to your lifestyle, your habits, your stress levels, your sleep, your movement, and your eating patterns. It's saving energy because it believes you are living a life that requires survival, not performance. And the moment your body feels safe again, safe enough to build instead of defend, it will stop shutting down hormones and start producing them naturally. The question then becomes, how do you send your body the message that it's finally safe to grow again? To restore hormones naturally, you don't need to force your body, chase expensive supplements, or fight your biology. You need to change the message your body receives. If your body believes it's safe, supported, rested, and needed, it will stop conserving energy and start producing performance hormones again. The goal is not to boost testosterone, but to convince your brain that it is safe to rebuild. When the environment changes, your body responds automatically. The first and most powerful message you can send is daily movement that uses your lower body. This doesn't mean intense workouts. It means walking with purpose, using stairs, standing more, and engaging the muscles that your body associates with survival and strength. When your legs and core are active, the brain interprets that as a sign of demand. It says, this body needs strength, this body needs stamina. And when the brain sees demand, it funds performance by increasing hormones. A consistent 20 to 30-minute walk every day is more powerful than occasional intense exercise. Next, support deep, early sleep, not just more sleep. As you learned earlier, testosterone is built during REM sleep, especially between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. If you miss that window consistently, your body won't rebuild hormones, no matter how long you sleep afterward. You don't need to try to sleep perfectly. You just need to set a boundary with screens, heavy meals, and late-night distractions. Dim the environment, stay away from food and alcohol at night, and allow your brain to enter hormone-building mode. Even 5 to 6 hours of properly timed sleep can outperform 8 to 9 hours of poorly timed sleep. Another powerful change is supporting your nervous system. When your mind and body feel overwhelmed, cortisol dominates and testosterone is blocked. You don't need meditation retreats. You don't need to become spiritual. You just need simple breaks throughout the day. Step outside for sunlight, breathe deeply for a few minutes, take a quiet pause, or remove yourself briefly from stress. These small moments tell your nervous system, I'm safe now. When cortisol drops, even slightly, testosterone has room to rise again. Hormones don't grow in stress, they grow in safety. Supporting hormone production also requires basic nutrients, not complicated formulas. Most men who struggle with hormones after 40 are lacking simple essentials, vitamin D, zinc, and magnesium. These nutrients help the brain send hormone signals, help the testes produce testosterone, support pelvic floor and muscle function, and improve sleep quality. You can get them through sunlight, simple foods like pumpkin seeds, nuts, fish, eggs, leafy greens, or with basic supplements if needed. You don't need exotic powders and testosterone boosters. You need the building blocks your body is missing. Finally, create an environment where your body is not forced into inflammation. Avoid heavy dinners, excess sugar, and alcohol at night, as they interfere with sleep, inflame the prostate, and disrupt hormone cycles. Instead, eat lighter in the evening. Let your digestive system rest so your body can enter repair mode. If your body doesn't spend the night processing food, it spends the night building hormones. These changes don't produce overnight miracles. They create consistent signals that tell your body, you are needed, you are safe, and you are supported. When your body believes that message, it will not shut down hormones anymore. Instead, it will return to doing what it is designed to do, restore you quietly, naturally, and automatically, just like it did before. You are not trying to fix a broken system. You're trying to create a better environment so your biology can work the way it was always meant to. What you're experiencing is not the end of your strength. It's the beginning of a different relationship with your body. One where you don't push it through exhaustion, but support it so it can perform again. Your hormones aren't disappearing because your body is failing. They're disappearing because your body believes it needs to protect you. And the moment you change the signals you give it, the body responds, not because you force it, but because you finally work with it instead of against it. Your hormones were never meant to survive in a world of late nights, constant sitting, mental pressure, and rushed meals. They were designed for a body that moves, rests deeply, faces challenges, and recovers. When you bring even a small part of that environment back, your biology remembers what to do. It doesn't argue, it doesn't resist. It adapts in the direction you guide it. That's how it protected you through stress, and that's how it can rebuild you with support. You don't need drastic changes. You don't need to become someone new. You don't need to chase shortcuts. The foundation of your strength is already inside you. All you're doing now is providing the conditions your body has been waiting for: movement, rest, nourishment, and safety. Little by little, these habits send a powerful message. I'm not surviving anymore. I'm ready to grow again. And once your body believes that, it will stop conserving energy and start investing it into you. You're not too late. You're not past your prime. You're stepping into a stage where your health depends less on youth and more on choices. And that gives you something youth never could control. The same system that once slowed your hormones to protect you can now raise them to support you, not through fear, shame, or force, but through consistent care. Your body hasn't abandoned you. It has been waiting for you. And once you work with it, even quietly, it will return the strength, clarity, confidence, and balance you thought were gone. Not by accident and not by luck, but as a natural response to the life you choose from here forward.